Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is a Montreal by night scene. These scenes are rated 18 and up. Anyone under 18, please do not view. The scene starts with Nadia leaving the widow's hangout to go and check on one of the girls from her congregation who said one of her Johns was getting too handsy. And we can start the scene. We'll say this is around the park.
Jacob is currently taking a stroll out in Montreal. He's very new to the city, so he is making notations of landmarks and centers of commerce wherever he can find them. And coming upon this park, he takes notice of it, and it looks quaint. And even though he is undead, maybe it's just a custom, a vestigial behavior that he will take a seat and get off his feet for a while.
He'll notice when he does near the edge where you can park your car to come up to the park a small car. It's not like an expensive looking car, but it's nicer than something you'd see on the ghetto side of Montreal or any big city. Has pulled up, little two-door small one. It's like a black color. If you got closer, you'd tell it was navy blue, and it's got sun-tinted windows. That's about the only thing that sticks out on it. Nadia gets out and starts looking around before she goes over to a truck and starts banging on the driver's side door. Granted, right now she's in a club dress, which is pretty odd at nighttime in the park.
Jacob's just going to watch this little spectacle happen for a few minutes. It is strange seeing a strange for him to see a tinted car window, but the driver who gets out catches his attention, and he wonders, who's in the truck and what did they do to piss this person off?
After a while of banging, you'll notice a man about 6'9", we'll say, well-formed, like he works out, military uniform, gets out of the truck and starts yelling, and a blonde-looking girl with like a blackened eye and really pissed off looking has got out of the passenger seat.
What are they saying? Could Jacob hear them
Um,
distance?
you don't really hear much except for the blonde screaming, "I can't believe he hit me."
Oh, well, that would get Jacob's goat. Let's see. Let's make a well, let's make a self-control roll.
Do you need
Oh,
me to roll the dice for you?
please. I
How
appreciate
many?
3.
You failed.
It's not just a fail. Okay. So, just hearing those words and seeing the face of this poor blonde woman that is coming out of the truck, Jacob can kind of size up that from his perspective, Nadia could possibly be a would-be pimp, the trucker of John, and this blonde, the call girl. At least in his mind frame, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, she is a prostitute. Like she's like in a pair of like cut off booty shorts and a bra and a pair of like really high thigh boots.
Well,
Um,
no, go on.
I was gonna ask, do you know what it is to drop presents to roll?
Oh, which level?
1.
That would be charisma and performance.
Okay, well I'm activating presents. Oh, 2 successes on immortal, which I believe that's a one-word commandment.
No, they are. It's not really a commandment.
Yeah.
You can They're like entranced by you. They're not really going to
Hmm.
lift a hand towards you because they're in awe of you.
Okay. Well, you would probably, as a fellow kindred, know what she just did.
Mm. It would hmm. Yeah, it would strike Jacob that this big lumbering trucker type of guy is all of a sudden dumbstruck by this. How tall is Nadia?
Nadia's 6 foot.
Okay, but still, I'm guessing she looks.
Yeah, she looks actually quite feminine. I mean, her appearance is three. She's like a really tall, pretty girl.
Right, right, okay, yeah. But Jacob, having remember failed his self-control roll, he is pissed off. So he is approaching the trucker, like he's making a beeline for the trucker. He's kind of
Yeah.
not seeing you. He's not quite seeing the prostitute anymore, and yeah, he's going to pull out his combat knife from his back pocket, and he's going to go for a grapple on this person, just with one hand, taking him by the collar. Could you roll me a dex brawl of 7 dice, please?
Yes, I can. 7 dice rolled. One, one, one. So that cancels. You got 2 3s.
2 3s.
That's all that was left over after the ones.
God, Nadia, you cannot roll for me.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. Well, let's just say that maybe at the last minute, the guy all of a sudden makes, he sees that this guy's coming at him. He sees a flash of a knife, and he backs away. So Jacob's hand just kind of grasps at air as he moves away from him. But
He starts muttering basically. I'm sorry. Yes, yes. I'll come to church right away. To Nadia, and like climbs back in his truck quickly, is like freaking out.
um, Jacob's gonna still kind of go after him a little bit. Did he lock the car door?
Yeah, yeah. He climbed in and locked the doors. He's just sitting there like praying and crying, going, "The daughter of the god."
Yeah, Jacob's gonna start like pounding on the door. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit! You wanna beat up on a girl? How about you beat up on someone your own fucking size?
Nadia's actually looking at you stunned. She goes, "Wow, a gentleman looking out for my lady friends."
Let's see. Fuck it. I'm gonna spend a blood point and buff my strength. I want to try to rip the door off the hinge. I guess it's.
Okay.
What kind of feat of strength is that? What level do you think it would take?
I would say it'd probably take a 7 to pull it off.
A 7? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say about a 7. This is kind of an old ghetto truck.
Okay, so with my potent strength and the blood buff, I'm at 5, so I need 2 successes to make this happen. To push
How
me up
many dice?
5 altogether.
Okay. Please no ones dice. Please be nice. Okay, 1, 1. So that cancels out 1 8, and you have a 10 and an 8.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I got my 2 successes. So yeah, the
You don't rip it off the truck completely, but you do like break the lock and rip the door open.
Sweet, sweet. Okay. How'd this guy react when he sees that?
He's basically freaking out, screaming for the girl behind you that you saw come up, the very tall girl, Nadia, to protect him. That she is a being of God. She can't let something like this happen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, Jacob's just going to start punching the guy with the hand that he has the knife in. He's not going to stab him, but he's just going to start chucking him in his head. Okay, just give me a quick dex brawl, 7 dice. See what damage I inflict on him.
God damn you fucking dice. I swear to God, I'm gonna sue Google.
It's alright, I got one
One
six.
success.
So, I guess with that roll, no, yeah, 4 dice for the damage on the dude.
4d10.
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
10, 3, 2.
Okay, so he's what is it? It's bruised and
I'd say he's at wounded. With two
wounded.
tens, you hit him pretty hard.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay, so like some blood from his mouth just like splatters across the windshield and across the passenger seat. Oh God, get off me, man! Get off me! So unless Nadia does something, Jacob's just gonna pummel this guy.
Yeah, Nadia's gonna grab your arm, which she still has all activated. I don't know if it'll affect you at all.
Hurting this guy, yeah. After hurting this guy, Jacob has gotten a little bit of his vengeance out. So, when Nadia, you know what? Let's just roll. Let's just
Let's
roll
roll your willpower.
yeah, eight dice.
Holy shit, you have high willpower.
Fuck yeah.
God damn it, no ones this time.
Okay, great.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ. Those are definitely successes. I'm not sure about the 6.
that's all right.
Uh,
Anything over.
the all doesn't affect you, no. All you see is the pretty girl that did something odd to the other person grab your arm.
Well, no, it's fine. I was rolling
Yeah.
the willpower to kind of hold back from continuing to beat this guy. So while your awe doesn't quite affect me, it doesn't affect me the way you expected it to, but it does bring me down. It does help calm me down since you've arrested my arm from punching the guy further. Jacob
Uh,
will.
Yeah, she's gonna lean in and whisper closer to Jacob. I would think with the troubles all these evenings in town, killing it kind wouldn't be good upon us.
You'll see Jacob kind of just like crack his neck as if he's trying to pull a tendon somewhere. I suppose you're right, madam. Forgive me.
You'll see like the blonde girls run over and like drop to her knees in front of Nadia, saying she'll kill the man if that's what the god's daughter wishes.
Hmm. Um, Jacob will just make note of that. I think it's curious, but he's not going to say anything. He's just going to continue to observe it. But yeah, he'll just be apologetic. Obviously, he's intervened in some business of yours. He'll explain. I just well, I detest woman beaters.
She'll kind of chuckle and she goes, I think everyone in this conversation detests woman beaters. And she'll help the woman up off her knees and be like, go home to your husband and kids. Which the woman will walk off. She's like, don't worry, she's just part of my congregation. She's been trying to work without someone to arrange the jobs, so to speak.
So, when I called you madam, I suppose that was a business title. She is your, how do I put this? A member of your stable, I take.
She looks confused for a moment. She goes, she's a member of my church.
Well, it strikes me odd that you ordered her to go home to her husband and children, but here she is climbing out of the car of someone I assume is not her husband. Is she in some dire straits of financial trouble?
You could say that. At this point, you'll see she's kind of like rubbing her forehead with her tattooed arm, which has glitter and a tattoo of a cobra going all the way up it.
Can you make me an intelligence occult roll? Just 5 dice.
For you, okay, 5 dice. What do you think the difficulty for that would be?
Um, if it was just 7, then I'd have 1 success. But if it was 6,
Yeah.
it'd be yeah. All right. So, all right. Jake notices the cobra sign on your the cobra tattoo on your arm, and he looks you over. So, I never caught your first name. My name is Jacob. Jacob Burns. And you are?
Nadia. Full name Nadia Deyanira Senka.
And you said this lady was a member of your congregation. You are a priestess, I assume?
Yes.
Interesting. So, what should we do about this gentleman, the guy who's kind of bleeding on himself in his own truck?
Um, you'll see Nadia actually glance around. I'll roll a fate die for this because Jason's not here. High, there's people in the park. Low, there's not. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, it's a 5. Want to count 5 high or low? You can decide.
Uh, let's say that there are a couple of people, not a lot, but a couple. So let's say we should do something before they come closer to our vicinity.
Why don't we escort the gentleman to somewhere safer than a park after dark that's known for gang activity?
Yes, I suppose we could let some of the other hooligans rough him up and do what they will. Jacob will take a look at the truck. Do you know how to drive stick?
Hold on. She could make a roll for it, but she has no points in actual driving. She just has to wing it when she drives.
Oh. Okay, no, Jacob can. He has a dot. Just asking. But he'll he'll climb into the driver's seat and shove the guy over um into the middle, into the bitch seat of sorts.
I guess Nadia will hit the lock button on her keyring of her automatic since she has no points in driving and get in the passenger side.
So yeah, we'll just roll off and we'll turn down a block that looks less crowded, less suspicious. We'll keep the guy. You know what? Let's roll a wits and stealth.
For you,
Yeah,
which is
4 dice.
6862.
Sweet. Okay, so we're able to drive by keeping the guy like slouched down in the cab. Jacob turned on the window wipers, cleaning the blood off. Seeing it smear.
Oh, poor guy. I feel bad for what Nadia has planned for him.
And yeah, we'll find, I guess, a smaller, more secluded area. Let's say I don't know what parks in Montreal look like, but
We'll,
what
we'll,
part
we'll
of town?
say side roads. We'll, like, out between some buildings in an alley or something. Jason can modify it later.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, we'll pull up to a stop, turn off the lights, kill the engine, and Jacob will open the door, and he'll hoist the guy over his shoulder.
Nadia will climb out and she'll follow. She's watching you do all the heavy lifting, of course.
Mhm. Let's see. Should we put him in a cardboard box or a dumpster proper, perhaps?
I say a dumpster. He looks like trash. He belongs in the trash.
Very well. Well, Jacob is gonna go find the dumpster. Probably one close by. He'll toss him inside. But he'll just rummage through his pockets, looting a few things. It's a little habit Jacob has. Take his ID and any monies he has on him. 20 bucks. Not bad.
Uh, yeah, Nadia will be like, so, can I ask of what you are? What blood?
Blood. Huh. So I take it that you are a sister of the night, yes? What gave it away?
Average man can't break a locked door. Physically like that.
Ah, oh, Jacob. Yes, you need to stop rushing in like a knight in shining armor, saving a damsel in distress. He says to himself.
Nadia is actually kind of left. She's like, who was the damsel? Jasmine back there or me?
Well, you look like you can handle yourself, but once I saw that bruise upon Jasmine, as you say, that that just sent me into a quiet rage.
She's kind of chuckling now. She goes, well, it's nice to see someone looks out for the girls in the park. I can't always be there.
Hmm. Well, I'm in the business of managing females. I like to keep a very productive, how do you say this? A positive work environment. I don't think using violence
Mm.
against those who work for you is a good business model.
She kind of chuckles and she believes, I believe in my mortal days we called that a pimp.
Yes, you could call me that for lack of a better word.
Oh. She kind of just shakes her head and she goes, the flesh sells.
It does. But to answer your question, I am a Lasombra. And you, I am a... Well, why don't you tell me what you are?
Uh, she holds the tattoo up.
I'm going to hopefully guess that in this city you are a serpent of light.
She does a little bow and goes, yes, yes, I am.
Well, it's good to make your acquaintance.
Yes, it is. I was actually just coming back from meeting with the widows. They're an interesting bunch.
Ah, yes, yes. I had a long talk with Creamy Jade. Very philosophical. Didn't imagine walking into this.
They definitely have interesting names.
Hmm.
Yes, they
So,
suggested I find myself a pack, like Ductus Labusa suggested.
oh, you are packless. Well,
Hmm.
it it just so happens I am the priest of a new pack forming. My goal is
Uh,
very
she's kind of chuckling, and she goes, "Are you sure a pack can handle two priests, Jacob?"
You yourself are knowledge in the rete?
She nods. She knows I know a few rituals.
I do as well. I don't see why a pack couldn't handle two priests.
Well, you helped my girl out, so I don't see any reason in not helping you out.
Well,
They're my eyes and the ears during the day hours, so I kind of need them in working condition.
I myself have tried to start making way and gains of consolidating and streamlining the prostitution in Port Charles. So I'll be going after every pimp possible to shake them down and, well, fold their business into my own.
Mm. And any, we'll call them ladies of the night in my congregation, I will suggest come to you for employment instead of any other men in the city.
Uh, I would appreciate that, and in return, I could offer your girls that sort of protection I offered Jasmine, as you say, this evening.
Mm, yes, that would be much more useful than me trying to get my hands dirty, because I can only protect them against other humans. I doubt I could take a man like you on.
Hmm. Getting my hands dirty is what I'm good at.
Uh, yeah, with that, she chuckles a little and she goes, "We all have our own way of getting our hands dirty when need be. It's how we best serve the Sabbat."
So,
Which I figured this would be a short, fluff introductory scene. With
and
that,
at the
she'll kind of reach in her bag and she'll pull out a card, right? It looks blank, and then she kind of writes her name and number on it and a quick address. And she goes, "If you need to find me or a place to stay, this is where I normally run meetings for the church."
hmm, thank you very much. Jacob will put it in his pocket and he'll pull out a business card of his own, writing on the back of it. Uh, and this is where I stay. You can find my yacht off the pier in Port Charles. It's called the Hammer.
She'll kind of chuckle and she goes, "I've never been on a yacht. Are they any fun?"
It is. It has good feng shui.
Hmm. I better get back to my car then.
Yes, let me walk you. Should a lady shouldn't be walking the streets alone this time about.
She'll kind of smile and she goes, "Well, that's very sweet of you, Jacob."
And with that, I suppose
Miss,
this is the show.
yeah.